You are now tuned in to Shugga Mama Radio with your girl Shamika Chantel
and Chanel Nicole.
Each and every Monday night, 7 to 9 on radioonfire.com. Tell a friend and tell a friend, log on. Also hit us up on social media, Shugga Mama Radio on Instagram and Shugga Mama CEO on Twitter. Tonight we want to get into a little bit about what's been going on with the Mike Brown shooting, which is an unfortunate situation, and how important life insurance policies are. I know Chanel had some interesting outtakes on what's been going on, as well as myself. So, Chanel, how do you feel about the Mike Brown shooting?
How about before we get into that, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm tired.
How was your weekend?
I was doing super busy, so I'm like beat today.
Another wedding. For a while, huh?
Yeah.
So did she turn into Bridezilla? You supposed to let us know.
No, she didn't turn into Bridezilla, but we, like every wedding, there was some ups and downs and things that needed to be tackled that we didn't expect to run into. But
right.
I'm sure that's almost every wedding.
Absolutely. And if she turned into Bridezilla, y'all had a good wedding.
It was good, and she ended up walking down the aisle and saying, "I do." I guess that's all that matters.
Absolutely. And I know yesterday, unfortunately, I didn't find out that it was Diamond's birthday party until we was already out. I just thought it was a old school throwback party. I didn't know it was a birthday party. Happy birthday to Diamond K.
Yes, happy birthday, Diamond, from Shugga Mama Radio.
Yes.
Did you turn up?
No. You was working.
Turn up on your birthday.
Absolutely. But I guess to get into the Mike Brown story, you want to tell the listeners what it's about a little bit?
So basically, there was another unarmed teenager shot by the police. Long story short, in St. Louis, Missouri. And since then, the city has been looting and just doing all types of things to retaliate against the police and just show their concerns regarding police brutality. I don't necessarily agree with the looting, but at the end of the day, people are tired.
Absolutely.
So, as far as then the story that I read on Instagram, there was a eyewitness, so to say, that said that the police shot him from a distance, unarmed. He even threw up his hands to say, "Please don't do this. I don't have no," and threw up his hands to show that I don't have any weapons. The police continued, shot another shot, which I believe the eyewitness said was in his head, and he collapsed. And then he walked over to the body and shot a couple more times into his body after he's already collapsed and shot in his head.
Yeah, I was just reading a story. His best friend that was with him, they was walking from the store on their way back to his grandmother's house. And long story short, this probably the eyewitness that you may be talking about also. But he said that the police told them not to walk in the street. And they just kept walking. You know how at a certain point in time, even with us, police nag when it's not even really an issue. Certain things when you can just keep going and freaking find some other crime to try to solve. But long story short, they was walking down the street. He told them stop, got out, and like you said, started shooting. He said he ran. And his friend got shot once. That's when he dropped to his knees and threw his hands in the air. After he was already shot one time. Mike Brown, yes. He was shot once. He started shooting while he was running.
Mm-hmm.
Got shot. And like you said, sat down with his hands in the air. And he fired away 7 more times.
Yeah, eyewitness said that he even was crying out, "Please don't do this, please don't do this." And the police continued to shoot at him, killing him. It's a very sad situation.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Obama has spoke on this situation because the city is,
of course,
Jesse
Jackson.
Protests, visuals, and looting. And those of you who do not know what looting is, it's basically riots. They're breaking into stores,
setting things on fire.
Something the same thing that you seen when the Rodney King beating. So for those of you who do not know what looting is, but the city is just in the uproar, and I haven't heard anything about the president speaking on the situation as of yet. Hopefully, there will be some type of press conference because there is a lot of things going on in St. Louis right now. But
I think that I guess if we want to tackle one point at a time, we need to talk about the cops first. I think that the cops are no longer here to protect us. It's starting to get to a point where it's ridiculous. Last Monday when I left the station, me and Tiara ended up going to Mint. And on the way to Mint, we had to circle the block to find a park. So we rode past Red Maple. It's 2 paddy wagons outside, 15 police officers, and all up and down the street are cops. Mind you, that's a 21 and over nightclub. What are y'all sitting outside of the club for, waiting for people to come outside? You get what I'm saying? 2 paddy wagons. And then once we got inside the Mint, we was there kind of early. I guess people started.
There was nothing going on.
Nothing.
They were just waiting.
They were just sitting there, leaning on the paddy wagons. I seen this with my own eyes. They was outside, leaning on the paddy wagons. Waiting. That's how I took it. Waiting till, because it's nobody outside but security. Everybody's inside the club. It's nobody outside yet. And y'all got 2 paddy wagons. And y'all just leaning on the trucks. Police posted everywhere. Long story short, we inside Mint. People start coming in. I guess once Red Maple let out or whatever. Long story short, police comes in there. Tell him he got to shut his building down. It's too much activity. And he don't like what's going on. You don't like what's going on. So at this point in time, and unless he want to get fined, the owner at Mint had to close his doors and couldn't let nobody else in, and was like, if you step out, you can't come back in, because obviously he's not going to jeopardize his building. But I'm sitting in the front, so I'm saying this for myself. Cops walking in, coming to the back, walk upstairs where the staff is at, counting how many people's in the building, making sure. It's getting to a point where it's ridiculous, and it's not only in Missouri; it's right here in Baltimore also. So it's with these cops, I think the way they're getting trained nowadays, it isn't to protect us anymore.
I wouldn't say that, because I have police officers in my family, and that are actually good cops. They're trained, but at the same time, it's all about your mentality. What are you going into the police force for?
Absolutely.
That may not, when you go into an interview and you're trying to get a job, you ask your questions a certain way in order to get the job, which may not always be the truth. Your answer may not always be the truth, but you're going to say whatever that you're going, whatever you need to say in order to get the job. But the whole time, that may not be your purpose.
Absolutely, but with that statement, I was kind of more so feeling, because if a guy's walking down the street, his pants sagging, 9 times out of 10, the police will keep an eye on him. Possibly, if a cop is staring at you and you're not doing anything wrong, after a while, it's going to irritate you. Because if you do have drugs on you, obviously you're not going. Hopefully, you're not dumb enough just to be standing outside. So if you're outside and you're chilling and a cop is staring at you, or I've been robbed at gunpoint and the cop told me it was nothing he could do. A block over from the police station, downtown by the strip club, a block over from the police station, he told me it was nothing he could do. So to me,
it's, outside of collecting a police report, filing a report,
did none of that. I had to no, they didn't do nothing. He didn't do anything. And with me, I ended up just going home. I had to find my keys, because when I got robbed, the guy took my keys but didn't take my car. So I told my mom what happened. Of course, she went from 0 to 100 real quick. We go down to the police station, and she wanted to go inside because she not understanding why somebody would say that. As soon as we bend the corner, we see 2 cops right there. And they what's wrong with y'all? Of course, we panicky. We gun to the face. craziness. But that was a long situation with that because my mother raised all types of hell. So they kind of, I guess, wanted to do something about it simply because she really went off. But just personal experience sometimes. Most of them isn't here to protect us anymore.
And at the same time, they also have to protect themselves because I don't think it's about how they're trained. Like I said, sometimes they're lazy and they just want to protect themselves. They don't really care. And it's also about stereotype.
And they're trained to think that way.
I really don't think that they're trained to think that way. No, I really don't. I don't want to say that they're trained to. I can't imagine an entire Baltimore City police force or even the state of Maryland training someone to target someone with their pants hanging. I just think that if you're living in the city of Baltimore, that's just what you know. Like if you see someone walking close to you and they look fidgety or like you may be a little bit more on the defense, whether versus if I'm walking down the street and somebody's grandmother and she might can rob me.
Absolutely.
You never know. So I just think it's just that the persona that people relate to the police and how they think. I don't think that's how they're trained in the state of Maryland. They can say what they want. You would think that if you're walking down the street, if you see a guy with a real, he may have his hands in his pocket. It's dark. You're by yourself. You're a lady. He's a 6'5" man. You might just walk on the other side of the street because you don't want to walk past him because
I can't lie. Once I got robbed, prior to getting robbed, I really didn't think that way. Once I got robbed, I was like that for probably a good almost 2 years. I just stopped being like that.
So
I just stopped.
Imagine the police thinking like that.
But you got a gun also. You're taught to shoot, aim, know how to do certain things. So
you're taught to shoot for instance, the Mike Brown situation. He wasn't taught to shoot that man in the head when he's unarmed in his hands.
Absolutely not.
He's taught to shoot in the leg.
He's taught not to even shoot anywhere. For what?
It's below the waist.
No, but I'm saying
shoot below the waist.
Absolutely, but how many officers
he's in danger?
Do that?
He's taught to shoot below the waist, not in the head. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think that they're trained to do things like, for instance, the Mike Brown situation.
I don't think they're necessarily trained to not do it. Maybe they might not be trained to do it, but I don't think they're necessarily trained not to do it.
So you think that they are trained?
Just how, like, listen, not to cut you off, the police commissioner says that, oh no, they attacked him and pushed him to the car and was trying to fight him for the gun. Then he shot him up and shot him down from then on. Like, they cover up things simply because they're making it okay. Mm-hmm. So this is okay to do to me. Like, that's kind of what I'm getting from it. Like, if you're really going to, just because it's an officer, like, you have crooked cops and
Absolutely.
Things of that sort. So it's like, why not investigate it before just saying that didn't happen? He attacked him and try to cover it up in a sense. And the mother still not get answers.
But again, they're trained on certain scenarios.
Absolutely.
On what actually happened. So what actually happened is not what they were trained to do. To me.
See, and then that's still not a good enough answer because you need to be not only trained, but...
And let me just make it clear, in no way, shape, or form am I taking up for the police. I'm just trying to get to the point where as though what they're trained to do and what they're not trained to do. And they are not trained to kill an unarmed person.
I never said they were trained, but to me, they're not here to protect us anymore. How many cases, just like the guy here in Baltimore, I'm actually about to look up his name, when they said supposedly he killed himself in a bathroom in the police station. Be 100 with me. If I got a warrant whip on this guy, he's a felon. He got 15 attempt murders or whatever the case may be. Why wouldn't I pat his ass down before I go to interrogate him? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't I make sure he don't have anything on him? I'm not gonna be sitting in no room and you can shoot me up and shoot me down and then go head to jail and not worry about it. Why would I not pat you down? There's no way possible you can feel safe with a guy like that and not want to frisk him really good.
Yeah, that is another story
Then he
very
goes
interesting.
Very interesting, yes.
And I was just talking about that with someone who's actually close to the family, and from what they're saying, that guy that they're saying that killed himself supposedly would not do anything like that.
Yeah,
would not do anything like that, and he was harassed by the same police officer over and over and again.
Harassed meaning, see, a lot of this stuff is deeper and it's psychological, and these cops really to me aren't here for the right reasons, and they're trying to cover it up. Oh no, he shot himself. We don't know how he got the gun in there. He went to the bathroom and he just blasted his brains off. You know what I'm saying? So why cover it up? A whole police system covering the incident that happened inside of a police station if you guys are here to protect and serve us. Doesn't make sense to me at all. And it's slightly ridiculous.
I also think that a lot of times these police officers are not coming from within the city or within the community or even
absolutely.
They're getting people from outside that, okay, we have the city of Baltimore, they have all these killings. You know, they coming in thinking they have to, you know, kind of calm it down. Whereas though we don't want you, we want you to protect us.
Absolutely.
Not coming here as an army and
that's exactly what it. If you walk around these streets, that's what it looked like.
And I also think that nowadays, you know, for instance, St. Louis, Missouri, the KKK is, you know, nowadays they're dressed up as the police officer. They don't look like how they looked back then.
Absolutely,
they look like police officers.
Absolutely,
they're our neighbors.
But they're supposed to be here to protect and serve us. Yeah, no.
So I mean, it's a very touchy situation.
It's a very
go on and on for hours.
Absolutely, very touchy and
I saw a video of the mother, who
and you could just feel her pain.
That, you know, she, you know, forced her son to go to high school and graduate. And he had just graduated.
Supposed to start college today.
Supposed to start college. She, you know, installed that in him, and it's like now, when you have other young boys looking at situations like that and thinking, well, why am I going to do all that when I'm just, I don't know whether today or tomorrow I'm going to be shot by the cop or shot by my next door neighbor and everything is okay.
Yep. And another thing I was thinking, a lot of parents need to talk with their, you know, younger sons and different ways to tell them how to act with a police officer, whereas though they won't be put in a situation. And unfortunately, sometimes it's not, no, you can't be put in a situation. He wasn't in no situation. He was walking down the street, Mike Brown, and unfortunately this situation happened to him. But, you know, sit down with our guys and talk about, you know, how to keep your attitude at 0 and don't go to 100, because
we shot dead.
Point blank. You feel me? Inside of a police station, walking down the street to your grandmother's house,
coming from New Year's Eve celebration.
Absolutely. Walking in the rain, Trayvon Martin walking in the rain after coming from 7-Eleven, getting his snacks.
On your way to your wedding day.
Yeah.
Just getting gas, playing your music, minding your business.
Yep.
You can be shot dead. And that is the message that we're sending young men instead of go to school, graduate.
Yeah. It's so sad. And it's like we had a loss of words.
The United States is making it seem like it's okay for the police to do this. It's okay for people to take actions into their own hands or take people's lives. They're making it seem like this is okay. So the people in St. Louis, Missouri, they're tired. And I'm sure a lot of other cities and states, they're tired. But unfortunately, St. Louis, Missouri is, you know, they're acting in a different way that I personally don't agree with.
I think Jesse,
it's just making them look, you know, it's just confirming a lot of what people may think of us.
Absolutely.
So
and
I don't particularly agree with the way that they're handling the Mike Brown situation, but you know, people are tired.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that if justice don't come at the end of this, it's gonna be more.
It's gonna be more. Yep.
Way more.
Mm-hmm.
And initially spiral. How about we come right back?
Yeah.
This Shugga Mama Radio.
Shamika Chantel.
Chanel Nicole. We be back.
Yo, check this out. This is Peter Jones from SKE Records, and you're now listening to Radio on Fire.
Welcome back. It's your girl, Chanel Nicole.
And Shamika Chantel.
We had to take a little break at a little controversy over this Mike Brown unfortunate situation, and these cops that I feel are trained to not protect and serve us anymore. They're here to do the utmost, the most. Shamika, you look exhausted, baby girl.
I am.
You look very exhausted.
And my take on that, I don't think that they're trained to not protect us anymore. I just think that
the bad cops are outweighing the good.
Yes, and also they more so want to protect themselves, so-called protect themselves, quote-unquote, instead of the cities and the communities,
but
and actually do what they're supposed to do.
You know, when you get into, well, they ought to know, because it's like kind of common sense that you're going to be in dangerous situations. Every situation is in a dangerous situation. So you should be able to detect between.
And that, my Chanel, is what they are trained to do.
But then why don't they do
it? What they're going to do. Because like I said, you do it and say what you need to say in order to get your credentials.
Absolutely.
In order to get the job. So it's just an act.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an act that they put on in order to get what they need to be to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
I really don't think that they're not. I'm not.
Like, how do you have to have a certain amount of, you got to write a certain amount of tickets a month or something like that?
That's what they're trying to do, right?
So that's trained to, if you don't make this amount of this quota, so they're doing anything to meet that quota.
Yes, it is. Now that is put in place for people to do their jobs. You at the end of the day, if you're an employer, you want your employees to come and do their job and not go somewhere and hide out and sit around all day.
But what if
you're paid for? So
listen. So what if I'm in an area where it's nothing but old people live, and you expect me to have 140 tickets written in a month's time?
Well, then I don't think that they're going to put somebody. I think that they're going to give a quota based on the area. I don't think they're going to give somebody that a quota of 140 tickets in a residential area with all homeowners and old people. They have this data. They have all that.
I think that's another.
See, I've worked for the state of Maryland for years, so I know that they have this and that they are placed.
That's understandable, and I know
based on the
guys
that they're working in.
I know guys that are actually police officers, and if you don't meet quotas or certain things you don't do to make your department look good, like say your head chief might walk right past you and not even know your name, not even notice you because your work academic to them isn't to their standards. So certain things in those situations are really crazy. And
to me, that's based on the person, not what the government is training them to do.
But if your head personnel is acting this way, and regardless of how you're trained, once you get into your department and whoever is running it, the way their attitude is or the way they handle their whole entire crew of officers, that's also in the same sense. Like, yeah, it might not be out in the training fields when you running up and down the street. I'm running up and down in the grass and going through mud or however they do their thing. But I think it's the same difference because they're learning from seeing. So they seeing some of this shit somewhere, and that's where they getting it from.
They may be learning from seeing, but they also are grown enough to know the difference between right and wrong.
I absolutely agree, but how many people have you known that may want to impress their boss, so they won't act just how they act just so they can get acknowledged, or It might not necessarily.
But you can't blame that on the state of Maryland or the government's training.
It is. It has a lot to do with all of them. It's out. Like I'm telling you, this.
Like I said, in no way, shape, or form is Shamika Chantel promoting the acts of police officers. I just think that it's more, their acts are more on a personal level than on a government level of what they're trained.
So what do the government have to do to dictate what you think?
I mean, they can enforce more rules and, you know, monitor more what these police officers are out here doing. They can do that. Maybe they're not monitoring enough what they're actually out here doing.
They do. They're trying to sweep it under the rug and hide it, but they're still, the whole system is corrupt.
But yeah, the whole system is definitely corrupt because, like I said, you have people doing what they want to do instead of what they're supposed to do, in my opinion. And it's not necessarily the government's fault. People have to take responsibility for their own actions.
Absolutely, and the government as well.
Yes.
You know, I just think that it's
well, you're never going to win a fight with the government, in my opinion.
Absolutely not, and that's another problem.
You just gotta, you know.
See, and you kind of just don't gotta deal with it because that's when the act of, well, not looting, of course, but like, you know, what is it when they go on their the walks protesting and things like that, and you know, signing papers and getting different waivers and different things like that. Like, if the people really took that serious and really, you know, did certain things, I think it's something that could be done about a lot of shit that's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know, but hey, who are we? Shugga Mama Radio. Tired of the BS.
And also, there are a lot of deaths that are happening in the city in the United States, and you know, people's families are forced to pay for burials and
absolutely
things like that. So from Shugga Mama Radio,
yes, Radio on Fire.
If you do not have a life insurance policy, please go out and get one.
Please. I kind of threw it in at the end of the show. Shamika thought it was so funny.
No, I didn't think it was
no,
funny.
Yes, you did.
You are now listening to Shugga Mama Radio.
It came from the killing of the little girl, and probably just because she's young, not expecting a situation, you understand what I'm saying, and not having a life insurance policy, and then turn around.
But it's crazy that you live in a time right now that you have to sit and think about
and plan your
3-year-old needs a life insurance policy.
Yep,
that's just insane to me.
Yep, and that's,
so, I mean, we live in a time now that we have to think like that.
You absolutely do.
That's crazy.
Because I know a guy, he was about 26. He got killed this year. And no, he was 24, 26, one of the two. A friend of my cousin's. And his family didn't even have enough money to bury him. So it's like, you know, we out here, and for a parent to not even really be able to bury their child, we need to all step up and at least get a bare minimum of $10,000, but something. He had to end up getting cremated, and they had a memorial at a church or something. Couldn't even put him away the way they would have wanted to, because they really didn't have the money. They barely had the money to cremate him.
Get your life insurance policy.
And
also do the research. Do the research, because there are also some insurance companies out here that are scamming.
Yep.
Sad to say, but do the research. Read the
everybody are crooks.
Yes. Question everything.
Yes, question everything.
That's good. Voice.
No, yes, that's shout out to T. Yes, that's good right there that you just said that. Question everything. Everything.
Read the fine print. Do your research. I mean, because unfortunately you can. I mean, I witnessed someone having a life insurance policy and paying all this money once a month for over a year, and then he was killed in the city of Baltimore, and they didn't want to pay anything, and they still had to find a way to come up with finances to put their loved one away.
Yep.
So again, Do the research, read the
And
fine print.
it's a lot of dope policy for kids, actually. When they turn 18 years old, it's a certain amount of money that they will put towards, get back and put towards college. So parents really look into that, especially for our kids, unfortunately.
And that's, like I said earlier, it said that we're living in a time where though you have to go and think about whether you can put a life insurance policy on your 2-year-old, on your 3-year-old. It's really sad.
Yeah, I can't.
We have to pray for our city.
Absolutely. Actually, every city,
every city.
Missouri, Ferguson, Missouri, Mike Brown. Every city.
Yeah. So, I mean, we had to go into serious mode today. There's been a lot of things going on around us, and we had to, touch base on a couple of serious topics.
Absolutely. Before we get into the rest of our show, I was wondering, we need to think of something. Maybe our listeners can have some ideas for us. Something we can do with the community. Maybe young boys. It's really like this summer, it really hasn't been any recs open. It haven't really been anything for our youth to do besides whatever's.
So if you're listening,
any streets,
hit us up on shuggamamaradio@gmail.com. If you want us to do anything for the community, you have any ideas for us,
that we
email us at shuggamamaradio@gmail.com. That's SHUGGAMAMA radio@gmail.com. Both myself and Chanel Nicole checks those emails every day, frequently, so
all the time.
Hit us up, let us know what you think. If you have any ideas, what you
we
want
can
us
put
to do,
something together
we can
for
try to
our
put
youth
together and make it happen.
Yeah, especially these boys. They really need some type of guidance in a sense. And I used to have an idea. Maybe I'll kick it to you later and see what you think. But yeah, that would be dope. I've been thinking about that because these young men.
And I mean, we are women, so we can't really teach a man how to be a man. So if you're listening and you want to help us, you're a man. You're doing, you're doing something positive in the community, in your life. Hit us up.
Absolutely.
Help us out again.
And get that.
We can't teach a man how to be a man.
Definitely not about teaching them how to be a man, but getting them off the streets, allowing them to do something productive.
Yeah, but sometimes they receive it more when it's coming from a man versus a woman. Sometimes, you never know. It would be nice to have both. So,
absolutely.
So if you want to help us out, volunteer on these ideas that are going to come in, because I know y'all going to send them. Hit us up again on shuggamamaradio@gmail.com.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Get into the rest of our show. Shamika Chantel.
Chanel Nicole.
We'll be right back. You are now tuned in to Shugga Mama Radio with your girl Shamika Chantel
and Chanel Nicole.
And we are back. And, for those who may be just tuning in, we've been speaking about the Mike Brown shooting and insurance policies, how important it is to make sure you and your loved one is insured. And also, we've been talking about police brutality, the behavior,
and how they here to not protect and serve us. Shout out to the good cops, though.
Definitely.
Wherever you are, wherever you may be. No shade. All the shade. But yeah, now we're about to kind of switch topics on it a little bit. We about to talk about how Baltimore got next. Yeah, Baltimore has next as far as music goes. A lot of our artists here are getting recognition that's been needed. Mm-hmm. That's been very well needed. We have a lot of dope artists here, and in the next few weeks, we'll be having a few of those artists come on the show, kick it with us, of course. Talk about what's going on and what they got next. what they got up next.
And we did receive a lot of music from a lot of different artists. Shout out to those who sent in their music. We will be playing those next week. All of the music that you sent in, we will be touching base on a lot of those.
Absolutely. Shout out to just a couple quick shout outs to Lil Mano. We got your music. Kitty. I'm not sure what her Instagram is. I want to see what she looks like. Like, I like her voice. Like, she did it something to Chirac.
I actually did listen to that one. That was real dope. I like that.
Her Chirac one.
Yeah, her Chirac one.
And then she has a song about actually females here in Baltimore, which is obviously something else we would love to, work with. Also, young females in the city.
Shout out to Ray Vic, who sent in his single "You Already."
Shout out to Tron, that nigga Tron. Big ups to you also. And who you just say, Ray Vic? Oh,
Ray
yeah.
Vic. And shout out to DP, the MC. He sent in his music as well. He was actually going to stop by and drop off his latest mixtape, but he had an emergency, so he'll probably stop by next week.
Absolutely. And a guy named Sir Louis Green. He's from here.
Sir Louis Green.
Sir Louis.
That name is kind of sexy.
Oh, we gotta put a face to this. Maybe this could be one of my dates for Miss Shamika. For Miss Shamika
Sir Louis Green. Okay.
Yes. So he sent us his music as well. Shout out to his PR, Kimberly Nelson. She sent us an email with his music. We've been getting a lot of Young Check, CHAK. Check. Okay. I don't know. I hope I'm saying your name right, boo. Shout out to you all. Maybe if we can't get everyone in, we can call a couple people on the phone.
Then we have a lot of 3 of our big name Baltimore City artists opening up this Saturday for Boosie,
Young Scooter,
Young Moose, and Caddy the Dawn.
Yes.
So shout out to those guys.
And shout out to Young Moose because he sent music also.
Yep, Young Moose, he did send his music. We'll probably have him in here, so y'all gotta stay tuned.
Absolutely.
And also, Scooter up next. Shout out to him. He got a big shout out from Diddy.
I think I got the bear flip.
So people are noticing.
I'm tired of selling pets.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely getting noticed. What'd you say, Diddy, right?
Yeah, he got a big shout out from Diddy. So
repost the video.
Shout out to Scooter. He's definitely been doing his thing.
He got my daughter singing a song. Love. You don't know what scrambling means. You don't know what any of that means, little girl. Girl, she be doing the dance. She go to her father's house. She come back with all new stuff.
I think the kids just like the dance. The dance to go with it.
Girl, but before she knew the dance, she went another weekend and then came back and then she knew the dance. At first, she only knew the words.
Oh my goodness!
Like she getting it piece by piece. Like chill on her because she is. Hey Milan. Hey Boo Boo.
So Bert, we need parental advisory.
Yes, like especially for the youngins. People they be on IG. Grandmothers be singing the song.
Grandmothers.
Girl, I'm gonna show you this video.
Shout out to Scooter. You got grandmothers. Knowing the words to Bert.
You got the little kids in the country out in the grass in the overalls doing the dance. Yeah, that's big. Shout out to him. Baltimore definitely got next. I
want to see more female. I know, Fendi has been doing her thing. Shout out to her. First Lady Shawnee. Who else? But I mean, just like the
Realize Less.
Realize Less. Shout out to her. She's pretty dope. I like her. But just like the industry, the main industry, we need more music from our female artists.
Kitty, shout out to Kitty. She up next. Who sent us music?
I think there was another one, Misfit. I think is her name. Well, I had to look it up. Yeah.
Okay.
But Misfit. Shout out to her.
Okay, yeah, I think I seen the name also.
Yeah, we want to see more from the ladies.
Yeah, send us music. It's not only rap, FYI to those out there. Shamika, if you got your your 80s type of feel. What you like, 80s and 90s?
I love my R&B singers. Where are my singers at? Shout out to JR. He was here on one of our shows, previous shows.
Oh, yeah.
And Ellie sings. We both have two amazing voices. Oh, my goodness. Really
Yeah,
good.
shout out to Ellie. I wonder what she got going on.
Yeah, we need to hear more from the ladies, period.
Absolutely.
Y'all chilling too hard.
Y'all need to turn up for us. And also, we have not found the perfect theme song for Shugga Mama Radio.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're listening, we need a hot theme song that we can play before all of our shows, whether we broadcasting live or here at the station.
Don't have to be rap.
It don't have to be rap. You can sing
Pop, sing.
a quick 16, not even really that. Long as,
Kiki Wyatt did something a little different when her latest single was country and R&B.
yeah.
I mean, give us a nice song. Give us a nice
Yeah.
verse and a hook.
That's it.
That's it.
I ain't asking for too much. Not right now, at least.
And again, you can email all of those submissions to suggamamaradio@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram at Shugga Mama Radio, on Twitter, Shugga Mama CEO.
And hey, you know, I have a memory like an old woman. Like I just was about to say something and I forgot it that quick.
I do that all the time.
Okay, so I don't feel bad.
We might need to take our vitamins. We too young for that.
I haven't. My mother said that, like, girl, like, lady.
Yeah. We need to take our vitamins. We too young for that.
And I haven't took any in a while. Maybe I need to get on top of that.
Yeah. So stay tuned every Monday night.
Oh, wait a minute. No, never mind. Go ahead.
You forgot again?
Yeah, I thought I remembered it. I thought I remembered what I was going to say, Shamika.
That is sad. That is so sad.
I'm working on it.
That is so sad.
I'm working on it. I really am.
Well, I'm tired.
So what did that mean?
I'm ready to go.
Are you serious?
We'll see y'all next week, right?
We not done yet, so yeah.
Baltimore up next.
We got next. Wait a minute. And if you have not voted for us yet, see you trying to leave. We need to let them know.
Yeah.
BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. Go vote for Shugga Mama Radio. We trying to get our first award, man.
Like,
nigga, we made it. Look.
thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Absolutely. We need everybody to log on to www.BaltimoreMusicAwards.com. And for all the artists out there, get your fans and your peoples and everybody around your hood. Get them to log on and nominate. Is nominations over? Okay, nominations over September 1st. So y'all still have some time to get everybody to put those nominations in.
Mm-hmm. What's the actual
We
date?
coming hard.
The actual day of the Baltimore Music Awards is November 6th.
November 6th. We gotta get those outfits together. Landmark Theater in the Harbor. Oh yeah, so that's a dope theater also. That's a nice little area. That's gonna be nice.
They can also get the link to Baltimore Music Awards to nominate and vote from RadioOnFire.com. So either or, RadioOnFire.com.
BaltimoreMusicAwards.com.
Giving y'all options here. Make sure y'all get it done.
Absolutely.
Shugga Mama Radio, Internet Show of the Year.
Yes, man. We've been working hard this past year.
Almost an anniversary time.
Speaking of anniversary, Shamika, before we go, because you are so tired. I can't with you today. You need to go get a Red Bull.
I've been working hard.
Man, you probably ain't do no work at work. No work.
Today?
Yes. Oh, I'm just joking. It's a jokey joke, dang. we do jokes.
Somebody might be listening.
We be playing sometimes on here.
I don't know. One of those co-workers that like to run and tell the boss everything.
Like, let me listen what she's talking about, just in case.
I worked hard today.
Worked real hard, huh? I had to go home and take that nap. right, well, it's about that time.
Shugga Mama Radio.
Radio on fire. I'm not gonna cut us off no more.
Each and every Monday night
from 7 to 9. You can check us out.
The show will be up every Monday night, but
we doing a little different. We
Sunday? Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. Every Monday night, 7 to 9, Shugga Mama Radio with your girl Shamika Chantel.
Chanel Nicole. I'm sorry, somebody was emailing us about the station. Sorry. And shout out to everyone who
you special in here. Y'all gotta be with us sometime.
No, because I didn't expect you to rush me like that, girl. I still had things to say.
Okay. You done?
See, look, you still rushing me. Look, Shamika, you next time just go ahead, call. You can stay ahead for day. I'll get Diamond to fill in for you. Because I'm not dealing with you, Shamika. Told y'all she has 1,000,001 issues all the time.
I know, right?
But no, for all the people who want to advertise with us.
Oh, yeah.
We got to plug that in also. If you want to advertise the show, you want us to come out to a grand opening, back to school jams, that would be dope. I'm trying to find like a ring dance or something we can go to and broadcast.
Oh, goodness.
Or like a prom.
All the information is on radioonfire.com.
We out of here.
Under advertising. So make sure y'all log on to radioonfire.com. This time we are leaving because your girl is tired. This is Shamika Chantel.
This is your girl, Chanel Nicole.
Shugga Mama Radio every Monday night, 7 to 9.
radioonfire.com. We out here.